Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. I thought Shaka had his fingers crossed then, hoping that Don's internet will hold.
Yes,
and that he hasn't.
it's all good.
Hey!
Checking out players with weird house music on YouTube. That's what you always get, isn't it, Don, on those player vids? You just got like some bouncing European house music on there.
Okay, all right,
What's
Kay.
a player, though? What's a player?
It's true.
Wait a second, Don. Wait a second. Allow Kay to take us to the days where she knew all about house music.
Oh, I still know those days.
Yeah, but you were giving a little, hey.
Yeah. Just you go see those YouTube highlights.
Okay.
They've
All
always
right.
got some random house music on them.
What I want to know. What I want to know is, what do you watch on YouTube that wipes out the entire internet?
Yes, Don.
What exactly is it?
Don's having internet connection issues today because he's been watching weird YouTube
My internet's
clips.
normally good, but I had a little wobble there for a couple of minutes.
The only thing you should be watching on YouTube, Don, is ESPN FC.
Exactly, and clips of footballers' potential signings.
Exactly that. Right, am I going to start with the questions, or are we going to start with a little look at what went on yesterday?
I don't know. You are hosting the show, Kay.
I am hosting the show.
I hope you know where you're going.
There's been a few hairy moments today. But you know
okay.
what we're going to do? We're going to start with the questions.
Okay.
All right. Saif Salim says, will Conte quit the Spurs job by the end of this season? After seeing Spurs targeted players being taken away by other teams, they were chasing Adama Traore for the last 25 days and could not close the deal. Meanwhile, Barcelona came in and wrapped up this deal in under 24 hours. Don, what do you say? Will he quit it?
I don't think he will. It might be a different story in the summer, but I don't think he'll leave Spurs now in this window. I think he'll try and persevere. He might be thinking it's one of them where if somehow he can get Son back fit and get Kane firing, and somehow Tottenham get into fourth position, it might be the best season that Antonio Conte's ever had. So he'll try and play that card, stick with it, see how far he gets, evaluate in the summer.
Okay, there's a percentage chance next, Don. And it's not about your internet holding up. It's Don from James Scullion. What is the percentage chance of Juve knocking Villarreal out of the Champions League? They've not been great this season, but have improved recently, and surely the signing of Vlahovic will increase their chances.
See, I've got to be careful when I talk Villarreal, Kay, because I dumbed them down a couple of seasons ago. Not in terms of the lack of quality, but I thought they were really slow. They've got some brilliant players like Trigueros, a fantastic little footballer. Samuel Chukwueze is one of my favourites there. Right-sided player who cuts in off his left foot. Moreno's a brilliant centre forward. But watching them over a little period of time, I thought they were a little bit slow. And I thought Arsenal would walk all over them. I believe it was the Europa League, I think, if I'm right. And they waltzed past Arsenal and one or two other clubs, Man United included. So I would say percentage chance of Juve beating them, I would say it is, I would say Villarreal 60-40 in their favour.
In Villarreal's favour?
Villarreal's favour, yeah.
All right. Okay, not bad. Al?
Has Don seen Villarreal play this season in La Liga? Huh?
Well, I know. Listen,
Honestly.
But have you seen Juve play, Ali?
Have
you seen Juve play?
Well,
But they've improved. See, they've improved.
but Villarreal do have the players. It's just they've not turned it on this season.
All right.
So maybe this is the time.
Maybe. All I'm saying is that Dani Parejo is still playing for Villarreal, who I know Don is a big fan of. No. Yeah,
Don't be hating on Dani Parejo, Don. That was
good
Alfredo
side,
Di
they just need to
Stefano's
get going.
favourite in the academy.
They're a good side. They just need to get going. Give them time.
Oh, now he's changed his tune, huh? Now it's 60-40, Villarreal, yellow submarine T-shirt. All right, Ale, will Canada qualify for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar?
Yes, they will. They have to be able to figure out what they do with the absence of Alphonso Davies. That's a big miss for them. But I think they've built enough momentum and they've generated enough excitement around this team and enough sense of belief that they'll do just enough to get into the World Cup.
All right, next one's for you as well. But guys, you can wade in. Ale, start one, bench one, drop one of the following: Cavani, Aguero and Falcao.
Wow.
Start one. What is it?
It's start one, bench one, and drop one. So one's your substitute, one's a starting player, and one's not in the squad at all.
Sergio Aguero starting. Falcao on the bench at his best, and Cavani dropped.
Anybody agree, disagree? Don?
I agree. First time ever, I think I agree with Ali.
Yeah.
Shaka? No. Shaka can't agree with Ali.
I disagree.
Go on.
I start Falcao at his best. I feel he just has had greater range than Aguero. I do bench Aguero and I drop Cavani, but Falcao at his best was simply incredible. All three were.
All right. Well, we knew this one was coming. Abu Dakir says, if Shaka was still playing and played in goal versus Neymar, how many goals would Neymar put past him after making those comments on Netflix? So, Shaka, I'll let you reply to this first. Do you think you could stop Neymar scoring if you were to play against him, knowing that he may be a little upset with you?
I'm not sure what Neymar being upset with me has to do with anything. And I'll put this out there now because I know it's coming. Ali Moreno scored on me.
Yep.
So I'm not going to make any predictions about Neymar.
Yep.
What does that actually mean? That sounds a bit cheeky to me, Shaka.
Well, no, I know.
That sounds like if Ali can score against me, imagine how many Neymar would put past me.
Yeah, it's a point that I would make.
That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant.
That's exactly how it came across.
Yeah. It's a fair comment from Shaka. I did score on Shaka.
Yeah.
And this was
right
somewhat.
Sorry.
Right now, it's only the GOAT. Only the GOAT hasn't scored on me so far.
Right. Okay.
Talk me through it, Ali. Ali, talk me through the goal.
Oh, it was a classic one. Done. It was a classic one.
Go on.
Long ball over the top. Center back goes to head it and actually heads it straight up in the air. Then he's now scrambling to get back. Shaka's coming out. Center back is going back, and what do? They run into each other. They take each other out.
Yes. Shambles.
And who walks the ball into the back of the net? This guy from my kind of range.
Tell me. Ali, tell me you just sort of walked it over the line and tapped it in from half a yard.
Well, yes, I dribbled to his goal and then a little outside of the foot, dismissive tap. Here you go. Yeah.
Take that.
And then ran off and celebrated with my family who were behind the boards on that side. Yes, I remember this moment exactly.
I can tell.
Yeah. Well, I didn't score many, but I scored on
Don's
Shaka.
going to look it up on YouTube now.
I'm going to go and find it on YouTube.
All right, and I like the next question. Right, Don, when you started making good money, what was the first opulent thing you purchased? Allegedly, Shaka bought a Maserati and a yacht.
What?
I can answer that.
Even from the corner of our studio, I just heard, what? Right, Don.
See, when I was at Hartlepool, I had a Ford Fiesta, which was £1,000, because that's what my mum and dad give me. There's £1,000, go and buy your very first car. And then 7 months later, I signed for Liverpool and go from £27.50 was my wages at Hartlepool. And I went from £27.50 to £500 a week. So I went to a showroom and I wanted to buy, do you remember the Renault 5 GT Turbos?
Of course.
Fiberglass, absolutely rapid. But Liverpool said, no way, you'll have an accident and it's fiberglass, it's no good. So they let me buy a Volkswagen Scirocco. And that was my first decent buy. Racing red steering wheel, red leather, the lot.
I think Liverpool actually did you a favour there.
Well, yeah, because I would have killed myself.
Yes, they did.
Shaka, was that your first big purchase then, the Maserati and the yacht? Or was that later down the line?
I did not buy a yacht. That is not true. I did buy a Maserati, I freely admit.
How far into your career are we talking here, Shaka?
This is my second year at West Ham, so I'm 30 years old. I'm 7 or 8 years in.
I thought you'd have been. I'm sure I heard a story about you in a yacht down the Tyne.
You couldn't have bought a yacht.
Okay, behave yourself right now.
I mean, I would pay more than Shaka Hislop on the banks of the Tyne in a yacht.
Being from the northeast, you know, the news travels.
Unless he was parking it just by Julie's, which he was in there every Sunday night.
Let's be very clear about this.
I don't know what either of you are talking about.
There is a possibility that there is a yacht out there somewhere for Shaka. But it's not anywhere near
there's
England.
none.
That isn't Trinidad and Tobago, baby. And it probably says Shack number 1 in the back of it. I mean, you know it and you love it.
Do you think he's got a crocodile on it as well, Ali? Do you think he's got a crocodile on it?
I tell you this much, Don. If I had to put money on it, Shaq's got something in Trinidad and Tobago that he goes and just relaxes out in the water.
Miami Vice, Shaq.
You know what? He's going to say he doesn't, because then he knows he has to invite us and he doesn't want to do that.
No.
Shaq, you must have seen Miami Vice.
Hold on.
You must have seen Miami Vice.
Why would I have a crocodile on there, Don?
Right.
What?
One of the best TV programs of all time was Miami Vice with Don Johnson in it, Crockett and Tubbs. And he had a yacht, Don Johnson, 2 policemen, and he had a crocodile on his yacht, on his boat.
You're just biased because he's called Don.
Right. I'm sorry I asked.
You see how it's when Don was saying, does he have a croc on the side of it? I totally ignored it. I had no idea what he's talking about.
Now we know.
But at this point, I don't know that it was worth it.
I'm sorry. Sorry, world. Sorry about asking Don. Sorry, world.
That took a crazy turn.
Miami Vice. Legendary.
Just showing your age there, Don. What was the first big thing you spent on?
All right. Full disclosure, MLS salaries when I was a rookie were not exactly opulent. So, in terms of having a purchase, while Shaka is going out there and buying a Maserati
and a yacht
that we know is in Trinidad and Tobago. My first car that I bought with my own salary with the LA Galaxy as a developmental player was a black 2-door Hyundai Accent. And I was so very proud of it. But this is how it was, sort of the bottom of the line one. It wasn't even automatic windows, right? It wasn't, no, I had to do the, yeah, that's all right. I was proud of it. I bought it with my own money and I bought it right there and there. There was no debt behind it, so I was proud of that.
Yeah, and he's still got the biceps to show for it.
Yeah.
This is for you, Shaka. Because this was following on from the conversation on Extra Time. The crew have said that the best managers have to be intimidating and that players should get scared if they're putting on a bad performance. In that case, could Craig go on to be the best manager in history?
Please, God, no. Please, no. Do not let Craig have authority over anybody. It's just wrong. In any circumstance, please, no. No.
Okay.
Just imagine, right? His team is not doing well. Because we know his team is not going to do well, right? At some point, it's going to fall apart. It's happening. That we can guarantee with certainty. He's going to show up in the locker room, and he's going to do as he does here sometimes when he gets angry. I'm not bothered. We got to go train, Gaffer. I'm not bothered. Nah. You guys go train. I'm not bothered. That is not managing.
Oh, Don,
I'm going to the golf course. I'm going to play golf course.
Hey, I'm going to go play golf. I'm not bothered. You guys
Don, wouldn't you like to play under Craig Burley?
I would for the fun factor, but that fun would probably last about 2 weeks. and then he would just chuck all his players under the bus. He would chuck them all under the bus. Nothing to do with me. It'd be a whole lot of fun, though. It'll be one of them where, when you retire, you'll go, remember them couple of weeks I played under Craig before he got sacked? Best couple of weeks of my life.
I don't know. See, I think the guys that don't usually work with Craig here in close quarters don't quite realize the intensity with which he can show up some days. And they equate the guy that they see when they come and visit for a short period of time and they go out for drinks and stuff. And well, he's a real fun guy. Golf course, he's a real fun guy. Studio Craig, not so much.
But that's what the whole point is, that if there's a manager, they need them to be strict.
All right, did you not hear the part in which he's going to say he's not bothered, he's going to go play golf?
He's all right. Right. Roger says, after hearing all the animal stories, I am certain Don can top it all. Don and Ale.
Oh, boy.
What is the craziest animal encounter you've had? Ale, you have a think about yours. Don, I'm coming to you because I know you've seen the guys talking about this. You must have one in your head.
I don't think I can top having a fight with a goat.
No one can top that, Don. We already know that.
See, we need to get into Steve, because Stevie tells a story about me and him in South Africa, and apparently something happened between me and a crocodile, but I can't remember it because I had too many drinks and I can't remember the story.
Was it the crocodile on the Miami Vice yacht?
Yeah, I don't know the story because everyone keeps talking about this story, but no one's ever told me the story. I've got no idea.
We've heard that story before, and you don't know. Ale.
Right. My grandparents on my mom's side had a beach house in a place on the coast of Venezuela, close to Aruba, actually, a place called Adícora, which was where I spent a lot of time as a kid on the beach. Adícora was not all that developed back then. I don't think it is now either, but it certainly wasn't back then. And now our pastime was riding donkeys. Now, it's not like you put a saddle on a donkey. No, you just get on the donkey and then hang on to the hair as hard as you possibly can. Now, we took it to a different level. We were riding donkeys, chasing wild bulls that were out in the middle of wherever. So the idea was that we would get to where the bull was, get their attention, and then the bull would come chasing us while we're riding with the donkeys away. This is what we're trying to do. I'm hanging on as hard as I can on this donkey. The bull is coming, and all of a sudden this donkey just bucks me. He says, I'm getting away, you fend for yourself. Now I'm on the ground, I turn around, bull is coming, I'm just going as fast as I possibly can, and we have established that I'm not the quickest guy, but I'm going, man. I've never gone so fast in my life. Somehow I'm able to get over a fence, and then the bull never got to me. That fear generated an amount of speed that I was never able to recreate. And I still see the image of the bull coming. And honestly, I must have been maybe 10 years old when this happened. And I still think of the donkey and how he just got rid of me. Yeah, come on, donkey. Come on, man.
That donkey still tells the tale.
And then the bull coming as well. It was a great time.
It sounds like a great time. Well, actually, not that great a time.
Well, it was great that I made it.
That's great that you made it.
Yes.
But
Yeah, it's great. No.
I'm not too sure whose is the best, the goat or the bull. Let us know. Thanks so much for sending your questions in on the latest edition of Extra Time. We have loved those animal questions. We'll be back tomorrow to talk more about what's coming up this weekend, but be sure to always catch us here on ESPN FC. We are available 7 days a week.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.